Why spend money on books if you don't know whether you like them or not? Hi everybody, my name is Antje and today I'm going to share with you my 6 ways to get free books. I think as readers we can all agree that buying new books is on the one hand really pleasing, but on the other hand it's also connected with a lot of anxiety just because books are so expensive. A new hardcover book can cost around €29 where I'm from, and that's not money most of us have lying around. Which is why, I think about 2 years ago, I started looking into how can I get free books. Okay, so let's get into this. The first option is NetGalley. NetGalley is a website that offers free books for reviewers, and these are also digital ARCs, and you can find any variety. You can find books that are really hyped already by famous authors, but on the other hand you can also find books by less prominent authors or debut authors. So you might not get approved for the newest Leigh Bardugo book or the newest Colleen Hoover book, but there are also lesser known authors or famous authors that aren't as popular on BookTube, and you actually have quite good chances of getting approved for those. And all you have to do is register your account, and the only information they want, I think, is your name, your birth date, and where you're planning on reviewing the books. And there are publishers who are fine with you saying you'll only review it on Goodreads and Amazon. They don't even expect you to have your own blog or YouTube channel. I, for example, got approved for my sister, the Serial Killer, which I've seen on many TBRs and has over 120,000 reviews on Goodreads. But back when I requested the book, it wasn't being talked about. There are also books that you don't have to get approved for. They have a list of books you can read straight away, and there it really is more than enough to have a Goodreads page. The second website I want to recommend is the Gutenberg Project. This is a website that features books that were published before 1924, where the copyright has expired in the US. So you have loads of classics that you can just download in PDF form. And whilst, of course, before 1924 is quite a while ago, I think most of us are interested in reading classics at some point or the other, or it just might be a good reason to get into classics. You can find Jane Austen, Charles Dickens, all the names, and I think they offer books in 50 different languages. So if English isn't your first language, as it is in my case, you will also find those books. The third resource I want to add to this list is Spotify. So Spotify is mostly known for its music and podcasts, but it also offers audiobooks. Why I'm listing this as a free resource is because you can listen to Spotify without actually signing up. And the way you can find audiobooks is via the categories. I haven't been able to change the Spotify website to English, so you'll just have to trust me that this is a category, and they will then show you the most popular audiobooks at the time or the most clicked or whatever. There's a lot of children's audiobooks, but also great stuff for adults. And the list of audiobooks you can access differs from country to country, so I can't really tell you what kind of books you will find. But it's a huge variety. Again, we have the classics, but on the other hand, we also have modern authors. So, for example, up until this month, I could find Sarah J. Maas's books, but right now they're gone. And that's just something you should keep in mind. Just because you can't find the audiobook today doesn't mean it won't be available next month. They keep changing up what audiobooks are on offer, so you should just keep a list and check in regularly. The fourth resource is Facebook. So many areas or towns or cities have a Free Your Stuff group where anyone who wants to get rid of things can just post a picture and it's up for grabs without having to pay for it. There is a lot of junk, so you'll have children's toys, children's clothes, old sofas, but from time to time books are offered. And well, this is pretty much a luck thing, which is why I hardly use this resource, but it is one. Because sometimes you really have to scroll through and then you have to open up the pictures and see whether there's a book that you actually enjoy. And mostly it isn't the newest books either. But right now it's mostly books, well, for my area, that were published 10 years ago, so a lot of Twilight, a lot of Divergent, Hunger Games, exactly Hunger Games, that was what I was missing. So it might not be the newest stuff, but you might actually get good deals. Well, you'll get good deals because free books are always good deals. The fifth resource I want to mention is family and friends. So this isn't about really keeping books, but borrowing them. So for example, I've got my piles here. These, second pile, are, can we see them? All books I've currently borrowed from family members. I've got quite a few family members that also read, so there's no point in each of us buying books. Instead, one of us buys it and then just hands it out. Just the same as when I have a book and it gets less than 3 stars for me, I will ask my family, are you interested? And if so, I'll just give them the books because I don't want those kind of books standing on my shelf. And if it brings joy to another person, that's fine by me. At least it wasn't a waste of money or resources. Of course, there are people who are a bit more delicate when it comes to lending their books to other people. But even if that's so, just tell them that you're going to return it in a week and in pristine condition or whatever, and they might actually agree. And of course, I'll be returning these books at some point, but why should I keep them after reading them once? If I really love the book and say, okay, I'm going to read it again, I'll invest the money, but why spend money on books if you don't know whether you like them or not? And the sixth and last resource, and I think this is a classic, is your local library. So it's not technically free because you'll have to sign up and get a library card, but these usually cost between 10 and 20 euro a year, so that's either less than €1 per month or up to €2. And if you consider that some libraries offer unlimited amounts of books you can borrow per month or at a time, that's a really good deal. Plus, it's a cool place to hang out, and if you say you really do not want to spend these 10 to 20 euro, most libraries offer free access. So you can just go there, read your book, leave and not pay a cent. Well, these were the 6 ways I wanted to tell you about how to get free books. I think there are many further options. NetGalley, for example, isn't the only website that offers free books for reviewing, but it's just the only one I have used. So just Google NetGalley and similar websites or something and you'll find a much bigger variety. There might be other options for your country too, but I just don't know of. And the most important thing is to not be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to request books on NetGalley that you actually do not qualify for. Don't be afraid to ask your friends and families whether you can borrow books. There are so many different options and you just have to find the one that fits to you. And there's no reason why you should be spending hundreds of dollars, euros, pounds, whatever currency you use, just to get your read in. If you've got further resources and questions and want to share them with the community, feel free to leave a comment below. Thank you for stopping by. I would really appreciate a like and subscription, and I'll see you soon. Bye!